Hey there YouTube! I'm sorry for the really bad combination of natural light and artificial light, but I decided not to film earlier in the day, even though I've been home all day, because I had a snow day. It wasn't even snowing that bad. My high school is just kind of stupid. But with school being canceled today, I am very upset because I was supposed to go to the theater with my theater class from last year to see a show in the evening and do all this fun stuff at the theater with the crew from the theater and all that. And I was really looking forward to it for a month, and now it's canceled. Now I don't know if it's going to be rescheduled. So right now this is my therapy because I finished a book. So I'm in the morning period of that. My phone is going off. I will lecture my friends later. But I finished a book from my hall, and it's based in a theater, so, well, opera house. So if that doesn't give away what it is, it's Roseblood, and if you can't tell by the beautiful cover, it's family opera based, kind of. It's sort of retelling, but it's more of a continuation. Oh, tea of the day today. I forgot about that. It's a licorice tea, one that my dad got. And he's like, yeah, I'll drink it, and then he never drinks it. So I drink it, and if you add a little bit of sugar to it, it's actually not half bad, because I usually hate licorice. But yeah, that's the tea of the day today. And I'm a little hyped up because I'm on cold medicine, but I wanted to film for you guys, because love. But yes, Roseblood. Since I'm in the morning period, what better time to talk about a book that's family opera, retelling / continuation. Obviously not written by the original author of family opera, but I loved this book. Like, 5 out of 5, amazing. Thorn, the male in this book, has now officially made it to my book boyfriend list, and I'm considering sharing that list on here. I don't know if I will though, but basic summary of this lovely masterpiece is a girl named Rune has this special power, and like it has to do with her singing. Like, she hears a song that's opera, and she could have never heard it before, nothing, and she'll start singing it because she just knows it magically. And that is a power that she has that scares her, and she doesn't know how to use it, even though there is a proper way to use it, which is where Thorn comes in. Thorn is kind of the son of the Phantom, if I'm being completely honest. He's the son of the Phantom. He was adopted by the Phantom when he was 7 years old. I think that's the exact number. I'm not good with numbers, but he was 7 years old and he was adopted by the Phantom, and he's been living with him under the opera house called Roseblood for years. Roseblood is it's basically a training academy for opera singers or musicians or anything to do with basically performing arts. And Rune doesn't want to go. She wants to stay home with her mom. Her father has since passed away, and she just wants to stay home. But her aunt has connections to Roseblood, and she insists on her going, so she goes. And it's after a big party that happened back home that her mom really caves on sending her to this school. And everyone thinks that this special power she has is stage fright. Now, if you know anything about family opera, I'm not going to hold this up anymore. It's starting to hurt my hand. But if you know anything about family opera, I highly suggest the movie. It is amazing. 2004 version is pretty good. The silent one from 1925, I think it was. That's pretty good. It's more horror based. But if you know the story of Phantom of the Opera, you kind of need to know it to understand the book. But even if you don't, it's still pretty understandable because there is this big, huge twist thrown in on it that makes it just like something that I didn't see coming at all. Like, I'm probably gonna end up getting this as a birthday gift for a friend, and it makes me so excited. But that's the end of like the spoiler free section. I'm still gonna keep it kind of spoiler free, but there's some stuff that might be spoiled. Maybe not. I don't know, it depends on how you define spoiler free. Because I'm still learning a lot, because I'm basic. But there are these girls named Kat and Roxy who are kind of like the mean girls, and they really remind me of the prima donna in Phantom, and I can't say her name right now because my throat might be like, what are you doing with your life? But they remind me of her so, well, the one does. The one just kind of follows her around as her best friend, because friendship. But when Maroon gets to this school, she meets this group of people who are really amazing and sweet, and they welcome her with open arms. But when she gets there, her school uniforms go missing, and she has no idea why. She has no idea what happened to them. But as it goes through, there are so many pranks like played on her for getting there. When she gets there, there are auditions going on for a show that the school is going to be showing. And she hears it, and her power compels her to sing it, and if she doesn't, she loses her mind basically, and she rushes in to the auditorium and belts out this song. And Kat just so happens to be the one who is auditioning for the main lead role in this opera that the school is putting on. So totally crashed her audition, which fuels the hatred, and in Phantom it's kind of the same thing. And it just, I love this book to no end. It made me so happy, not only with the plot, but how well it was written. Like, there was a little mystery factor in it, and if you watched my videos before, the mystery factor kind of, like, I figure something out by the time it happens, but the mystery wasn't a full-on mystery. Like, it's kind of like watching Criminal Minds. Like, you know the plan, but you don't. And it was the exact same thing. But off of that, onto the Phantom, who is still living in this book for a special reason, but he is really, really old and frail, and his name is Eric. That is his real name. It's not OG Opera Ghost. But just plain, like, the way that A.G. Howard, like, goes through and explains everything and builds this story is mind-blowing. Like, just simply reading it, like, I got it the day it came out because I've been seeing it on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, like, all of my social media, and I just saw this book, and my obsession with Phantom just went up. Like, Phantom is my lock screen, it is my home screen on my phone, like, it is something that I love so dearly because I never get tired of watching it. But she kind of brings new life to this story that's 100 years old, and just makes it so new and puts so many little cameos from the actual original story in it, and kind of she recreates it in a way of different people, just, and her I know I'm just saying words now, but it's so good. 5 out of 5 stars. anyone who's considering getting this dear, sweet masterpiece is just please do it. But the relationship between Thorn and Rune, oh, oh, oh Lord, help me. It's just the thing that connects them just makes their relationship so, like, you don't want them to end up with anyone other than that. Not like there's any threat of that, but it just, the way that their relationship blossoms is just, it's beautiful to read and watch in so many ways. But the way that the story went through, there's this like family aspect of like always wanting that constant security of family, and Thorn thinks he has it with the Phantom, but it's just this big back and forth thing, and a huge part of the story you don't find out until like the last chapter, or the second to last chapter, and it just, like, that cleared up everything. Like, I have this theory that when there's 20 pages left in a book, and they have a lot of explaining to do, that means there's going to be a second book, which I probably wouldn't mind, but I am totally content with how this book ended. Just please go read it. It's so good. And yeah, I'll see you in the next chapter.